With me now is Florida resident Stephen Clark. Stephen, thanks so much for joining CTV News Channel in Canada.
Hey, thank you for having me here today, and I'm glad to be standing here where I am because I was a little in doubt overnight.
I understand you heeded the warning and got out of your home, but you did get back there today. Describe for us what you saw and the extent of damage where you are.
I came in on the island. I'm on Fort Meyers Beach, which is a barrier island off of the coast, about 60 miles from the eye of the storm. I came in on the north end of the island and drove the 6 miles to my house, and it's just every place just mud and sand, loose debris. I guess you could call it fortunate. There wasn't a lot of stuff to break up. We lost most of it in Hurricane Ian 2 years ago, so there really wasn't a lot to break up and litter the streets with. So it's pretty much just mud and sand left open by all those open spaces between here and there. And I got to my house not quite knowing what to expect, whether I would have water in my house or anything. And there's a picture right there from one of my cams last night, and the water got up to that point.
Wow. And
then the power went out. So I spent the rest of the night not knowing what was going to happen after that. And I got home today, and fortunately, I found out the water line about a foot from the bottom of my garage door. So I didn't have long to go before it started coming in the house. But I do have some scattered debris. There's somebody's telephone pole is in my backyard. I think it came from a couple blocks up the street, got caught up in the storm and washed across the canal and ended up in my yard.
And talk to us now after not one, but two destructive storms in just 2 weeks and also deadly, as we know. Tell us your emotions knowing the toll that these storms have taken on so many people.
It's just heartbreaking because, as you can see right now, this is beautiful. Where I am right now, it's a beautiful day. 364 days of the year, generally, it's beautiful. We had a really bad day yesterday, and it turns out we had a really bad day 2 weeks ago, which is unusual. We were talking in the cul-de-sac the other day when we were all getting our stuff pulled out of the houses, getting ready for the storm. Remember how we used to talk about tornadoes or hurricanes from 2004 and 1987? Now we're talking about the hurricane of last week. We just hope this isn't a trend.
I'm assuming you've lived through several hurricanes in your time in Florida. Describe what this one was like compared to other ones that you've been through.
Well, this one for me wasn't horribly because, oddly enough, I got off the island, but I only went 7 miles due south and 2 miles inland. And that was enough to keep it into the point where really it was just a windy night and there really wasn't much of anything else. And the same thing when Hurricane Ian hit 2 years ago. I was in the same neighborhood, same thing. It really wasn't much of a storm at all. But then I got home to that one and found out we had 7 feet of water in our house and things were just destroyed.
Wow.
And then we had the one 2 weeks ago, and I actually stayed here for that one. And it was a rough night of wind and rain, but it was just watching that storm surge coming up. And that's the thing it's so scary because it's just, you see that water creeping up. You just don't know when it's going to stop and when it's going to go away.
Well, Stephen, glad you're okay. Good luck with the cleanup and the assessment of the rest of the damage. Stephen Clark, a Florida resident, thanks for sharing your story with viewers here in Canada.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
I appreciate your time.